So you probably was one of the one that killed him. Did you sabotage my son? Because it didn't help.
I tried my
and
best.
nothing you did
I tried my best to help.
You just told me he was kind, he was wonderful.
He shook everybody's hand.
Yeah.
I tweeted it.
But you didn't tell that to nobody.
Yes,
you
I did.
kept it
I
a
tweeted
secret.
It went viral.
Nobody saw it. I didn't see it. Because if I had known, I would have led with that. Now you're telling me that. Nobody saw it.
I tweeted it.
So when they were murdering his character, did you retweet it?
I did.
No.
I promise.
No,
I
you
said
didn't. No, you didn't.
In the mix, is there anything that would get you to jump to the National Football League?
Not whatsoever. What transpired with my son last year, ain't no way in the world.
Coach Prime just dropped a bomb on live TV, and now the entire sports media world is scrambling. Deion Sanders went straight at a reporter on camera, and what he said is echoing everywhere. This isn't just drama for clicks. This is about exposing a system that tried to derail a young man's career before it even got started. All right, let's break it down. Deion sat down with a reporter who had interviewed Shedeur during last year's draft process. This reporter had first-hand access to Shedeur. He knew exactly who he was dealing with. He saw the professionalism, the character, the preparation, all of it. So when stories started circulating in the media painting Shedeur as arrogant and disrespectful, stories that clearly hurt his reputation and draft stock, where was this reporter? Silent. Deion called him out for it live on TV, looked him dead in the eye and asked point blank, "Did you help my son? Did you say something? Did you tell people what you actually saw in that interview?" The answer? No. Flat out no. This reporter watched as Shedeur's draft stock fled, as his name got dragged through the mud, and said nothing. Deion didn't sugarcoat it. He confronted him right there and labeled him a hypocrite to his face.
But I spread the good word of how kind Shedeur Sanders was.
But you let the whole world lie on him.
I tried.
Did you notice that all that stuff just kind of just went away?
Well, it's
like after a while, it just like the lie just went away.
Slandering. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it went away.
So you agreed that it was slander.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was horrendous. It was horrendous.
It was character assassination.
Deion made it clear. These media members knew the truth. They had the information from the beginning, but instead of speaking up, they stayed quiet. And now they want to act like they were always in Shedeur's corner. The reporter even admitted it. He acknowledged that what happened to Shedeur was slander at the highest level. He saw it happening and didn't step in. Think about that. While Shedeur Sanders was sliding in the draft, while teams were questioning his character based on completely unproven stories, the people who actually knew better chose silence. The lies took over the conversation. A young man's future was on the line, and they stayed quiet. Now let's rewind to that draft process, because this is where everything shifted. Shedeur Sanders came out of college as one of the top quarterback prospects in his class. The numbers were there, the film was there, the leadership was obvious. By every real football measure, he was a top-tier prospect. Then suddenly, the narrative changed. Anonymous sources started claiming Shedeur was difficult in interviews. Reports said he came off cocky and arrogant. There were whispers that teams were concerned about his attitude. Colin Cowherd went on national television and said Shedeur was struggling in interviews and pushing back against team executives. None of it was true, but it spread fast. Rex Ryan didn't hold back either. He criticized Shedeur before the kid even took his first NFL snap. Ryan went on air saying Shedeur needed to hit the film room, implying he wasn't putting in the work or showing the right level of commitment.
This kid talks, he runs his mouth like I could be a starting quarterback with his arms crossed like this. Get your ass in the front row and study and do all that. If I know, the whole league knows. Quit being an embarrassment that way. You got the talent to be the quarterback. You should be embarrassed that you're not the quarterback now.
You should be seen and not heard. And a third stringer like Shedeur, somebody needs to be penalizing him for us even having to talk about him. You're a third stringer. Grab my luggage and shut your mouth.
Fewest reps in camp and he's got a sore arm. Why? Well, people say he throws a lot before practice and after practice. Well, how counterproductive is that?
I'm sure there's a method to the madness.
What is it?
He's trying to get his arm right, don't? I'm sure he's probably practiced more now than he has at any point in his collegiate
obviously
career.
it was counterproductive because he's got a sore arm.
At that point, Shedeur was just a young player who hadn't even put on an NFL uniform yet, and the media was already tearing him apart. The result? His draft stock took a hit. Teams that once looked locked in started hesitating, not because of anything he did, but because of the noise, because of the narratives the media created and pushed. Deion knows exactly what that was. He's been on every platform, from ESPN with Stephen A. Smith to multiple interviews and podcasts, repeating the same message. The NFL media machine had a plan when it came to Shedeur. They weren't ready for a self-assured young black quarterback, the son of a high-profile figure who carries himself with confidence and refuses to shrink. Deion said it plainly on ESPN with Stephen A. After what he saw happen to his son, he would never consider coaching in the NFL again.
My son did something that I didn't do. He made the Pro Bowl in his first year. I made it in my third year, but he made it in his first year, so he got that over me right now.
Let that sink in. Deion Sanders, one of the fiercest competitors the game has ever seen, openly saying he wants no part of that league because of how it treated his son. That's not a casual comment, that's a statement. He's pulling back the curtain. He's saying this wasn't random criticism, this wasn't harmless debate, this was coordinated, this was intentional, this was about damaging a young man's career. The NFL media machine wouldn't just let Shedeur play football. They had to control the narrative. They had to plant doubt. They had to make teams nervous. And here's where it gets even more frustrating. The double standard is obvious. Some quarterbacks get praised for their swagger. Their confidence is called leadership. Their boldness is called competitiveness. But when Shedeur shows that same confidence, suddenly he's labeled cocky, arrogant, a problem. The only difference? That's something you can figure out yourself. What the media underestimated, though, was Shedeur's resilience. Through the false narratives, the draft slide, the constant character questions, he stayed locked in. He kept working. He didn't let the noise define him.
How does it feel for Shedeur to be able, it's kind of like an I told you so moment, because we all know that what happened during the draft was unjustified. Right. And then to come out swinging, as soon as he was able to get on that field, he showed them what he got.
Well, it's
and
more
now
like
to do Pro Bowl.
It's more like a not I told you so moment. It's more like a God is good moment. Like y'all don't understand like what I'm on. Like y'all don't understand who got my back. Y'all don't understand who riding with me. Y'all don't understand who's propelling me. That's what it is. And we like that.
He refused to let the headlines become his identity. He earned his roster spot. He answered critics with his play. And now that he's succeeding and showing exactly who he is, Deion is making sure nobody forgets what he had to push through. Coach Prime is determined to expose every false narrative, every two-faced take, and every media move that tried to tear his son down. He knows Todd Monken believes in Shedeur. He knows his son has a coach who sees the work ethic, the talent, and the truth. And with that support, Deion is ready to name names. He knows who said what, he knows who stayed quiet, he knows how the narrative was shaped, and he's prepared to lay it all out. The wild part? The truth is finally starting to surface. The people who pushed misinformation are getting questioned. The reporters who stayed silent when they should have spoken up are being held accountable. The system that tried to chip away at a young man's career is being exposed. Deion isn't letting it slide. He won't forget who defended his son, who stayed quiet, and who participated in the character attacks. He's got the receipts, and he's making sure the football world sees them. This isn't just about Shedeur Sanders. It's about how young black athletes are treated. It's about how media narratives can shape and sometimes damage careers. It's about how power operates inside the NFL ecosystem. Who gets lifted up? Who gets questioned? Who gets doubted before they even step on the field? Deion Sanders has every reason to be fired up. He's justified in calling it out. He's justified in demanding accountability. Because if he stays silent, like that reporter did, the cycle continues. Another young player becomes the next headline, the next target. The system tried to take down Shedeur Sanders. They tried to stall his career before it began. They pushed stories, they fueled doubt, they watched the fallout. But Shedeur survived it. He pushed through, and now he's got his father standing beside him, calling out everyone who tried to hold him back. The truth is breaking through. This is Coach Prime at full strength, standing firm, raising his voice, and making sure actions have consequences. He's fighting for his son. He's challenging a system that he believes needs to be exposed. And this is just the beginning.